there has been huge change in Somalia. In 2012, we had basically large empty state spaces, ungoverned spaces. I think the biggest challenge in the past 4 years has been building a new Somalia almost from scratch. So, setting up new states, new regional entities, developing the constitution, and paving the way for the first time for elections. We'll have elections actually in a couple of months. They'll be extremely challenging. They're not really universal suffrage elections, but the EU has been at the heart of it. So it's been for me a big privilege to be very much involved in a political process which is very complex but is moving forward. In Somalia, as other countries in the region, there's a huge youth bulge. And if you look at, for example, Al-Shabaab, where it's able to attract a number of actors, is amongst the youth. So we are targeting a significant amount of our cooperation program focuses on youth. In the past 2 years, but also in the future 2 years, we want to very much scale up on youth. Youth is also very much attracted to migrate outside towards Europe. So there's a big correlation between youth, which either chooses to leave Somalia or sometimes joins Al-Shabaab. Our programs are very wide-ranging. They go from education. We are the biggest donors in Somalia. In education, we've been very much involved in primary education, but now we're stepping up in vocational training, jobs as well, giving the opportunity for people to find jobs, youth to find jobs. But it's not only the supply side, the demand side, we're very involved. What I mean with demand side is actually employment opportunities. In Somalia, it's primarily in the natural resources area from fisheries. It has the longest coastline in Africa to livestock. Somalia exports over 5 million heads of livestock to the Gulf. The EU is very much the lead donor in this area. So it's pretty much wide-ranging. Another area which is newer that we're trying to tackle is countering violence extremism, of course. And there is a big focus on youth and supporting Somalis which can engage with youth on these issues. Somalis are pastoral communities. Somalis cover 4 countries at least: Kenya, Ethiopia, the Somali people, Djibouti, Somalia, and so everything that affects one country affects the other. They're cross-border issues, and so we are trying to help pastoral communities. We're really trying to work with them across all of these countries. Small anecdote: I went to Berbera, way in the north, towards Somalia, and I asked these camel herders, about 500, 600, from where do you come from? They all said Wajir. Wajir is in the Kenyan border. So basically, the program in Ethiopia with pastoral communities can be and is replicated in Somalia. And these are the programs which are a success. These are communities that live sometimes in Al-Shabaab controlled areas. They can go and work through these areas. And they're the only ones who can actually perhaps support directly the local population. So we are, as I said earlier, we are very much focused in resilience precisely to support the capacities of this population, one, to respond to shocks, but also to enhance the productive sectors. The Somalis are born tradesmen. The value added is also another key area. This is one of the key focal sectors of our cooperation, and I must say a success for us.